Hey guys, what is up? It is Dominic, and in this video, we're going to be doing an awesome interview with Preston Rhodes, one of my most successful students. I remember the exact day that he signed up with me and became one of my first affiliates ever. He went through a lot of difficult times in the beginning, just like anyone else would, but here we are a little bit over a year later, and he scaled to $25,000 a month, and I could not be more proud. I've actually already interviewed Preston before, so if you haven't seen that first initial interview, definitely check it out, and then you can come back and watch this one. This interview with Preston is way more in depth into the actual systems that he created. He truly breaks it all down for you guys, and it's super interesting. So definitely stick around to the end because we're going to be giving away a ton of awesome resources and even some sneak peeks into FOMO, which is my new Discord that I have been working 5 months on. This thing is going to be awesome. We're about to launch. We're about to have an awesome affiliate program for it. I could not be more excited, but either way, let's check out what Preston has to say and enjoy the interview. Hey guys, what is up? It is Dominic, and in this video, I'm going to be interviewing Preston again. If you don't remember from last time, he's one of my most successful affiliates ever. It's been like 6 or 7 months, I think, since we last did our video, but it did really well on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, check that one out first, then come back to this one so you understand his full story, because obviously we're not going to really recap and waste time. I want to talk about what he's done in the last 6-7 months, because it's insane. He really has scaled his agency. He's done the affiliate side. We can talk about that for a second, but I really want to talk about his agency side. I know that's what everyone is wondering about. How did he scale with AI and Zapier integrations and all these awesome things? You've probably seen him on TikTok. He's blowing up, but that's what we're going to be talking about. So welcome, Preston.
Awesome. Thank you, Dom. Yeah, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Preston Rhodes. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm 21 years old, and I now run an automation agency. And so around 7-8 months ago is actually when I found Dom, around Dom's beginning of his affiliate journey. And I was kind of one of his first affiliates and was able to see some early success. And so throughout that success, I ran into a lot of pain points with scaling the agency, as I had success to get clients. And then the hard part was continuously getting more clients and taking on that work. So in this video, we're going to be kind of going over what those pain points were and how I was able to implement just some simple systems that all of you guys at home can learn in about 5 minutes that will allow you to remove a ton of pain and stress in your business, allow you to get past that 5K a month, 10K a month, and hopefully up to 25, 50K a month.
That is awesome. I cannot wait for him to get into this. I think you guys are going to love it a lot. And if you guys stick around to the end, we have something really awesome prepared. A lot of you guys know that I'm working on my own Discord channel. Preston will be a teacher inside of that Discord. So a lot of the things that he's going to be talking about will be in there. So stick around to the end, find out how you can get on the wait list, and find out when we're launching, how we're launching the affiliate program for the Discord, because it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking forward to the Discord as well, and I hope to see you guys all in there here soon. All right, so if you're watching this video, then you probably have a GoHighLevel agency, and you probably, from Dom's training and Dom's resources and materials, you probably have a few clients at this point. And your main problem now at this point, since you already have proof of concept and you already have a way for acquiring clients and providing a good service, is going to be taking it to the next level. So a few things that I experienced early on in my GoHighLevel agency that continuously caused stress on me, as well as were areas of the business that I overlooked, but I don't blame myself, as it started out as a side hustle. And like Dom always says, if you treat it like a business, it will become a business. So as you grow it into a business, you're going to need to adopt new systems, new technologies, new tools, and new ways of thinking and learning about how you operate your business. So one of the first things for me, as I got to around that $7,000 a month range with over 20 clients within around my first 4 months, was working inside of the business. And Dom, I don't know about you, but how much time did you spend in your business once you scaled it to that point where you had a ton of clients asking you for progress updates, as well as you were managing all of these accounts? Were you also working inside of your business more than 8 hours a day?
So this is a really good question, and it's what really separates me from Preston in this story and what we're talking about in terms of the business model, because I didn't hire any VAs, I didn't have any assistants, I didn't have anything at all. I did everything myself, and my entire business model was more driven on like personality and influencer type rather than the technicalities that I think Preston's going to talk about what he did for his. So I was working constantly, you know, long story short, to answer your question. Yes, I was working way more than 8 hours. I was doing absolutely everything I could for my clients. And yeah, when I was running it more as an SMMA in the beginning, it was really, really tough trying to run ads and trying to figure all this stuff out for even 3, 4, 5 clients in the beginning was really, really tough. And I tried to do VAs and I tried to do things like that. It didn't work out as well for me as it is working out for Preston, but we all have our own ways of getting clients and managing them. And obviously I went more into that SaaS model so I could be hands off, but everybody has their own ways. So I'm really excited to hear your way.
Yeah, so around 4 months into Go High Level is when I did my first 10K month. And although it was our best month in revenue, the reason why we did $10,000 was because we took on every single person who had a pulse that was going to pay us for our services. And starting out, this is okay because you'll learn that that's not the best way to scale your business, and scaling too quickly is not efficient. But during this month, I spent probably 10 to 12 hours a day. And keep in mind, if you saw the last video, I was in college. You can even see the exact room I was in a fraternity house in a dorm. So I was probably a similar situation to a lot of you in this video, still living with roommates, as well as maintaining a social life, going out, having fun in school, and it was all a mess. So when I did this $10,000 a month, yes, this was a new milestone for me, but I realized that I now had so much work to do. I now had 3 different websites to build. I now had to run ads for this roofing company. I now had to set up the CRM and these automations for the companies that I took on. And I was completely overwhelmed and I wasn't sleeping and I really didn't know what to do. And what I'm going to touch on here, I know a lot of you guys are kind of scared to make this step in your business, but you got to think about it logically. And what I'm going to be talking about is hiring a virtual assistant. So a virtual assistant can be difficult at first. You have to set aside time, create a listing on Upwork, Fiverr, onlinejobs.ph, and it can be difficult to find an A player, but maybe you can find an A player. And I know you can if you do enough work and enough prospecting, but essentially you can then hire someone overseas at an extremely low cost, around anywhere from $3 to $10 an hour, to then take up a lot of your work. And a lot of these people have worked with Go High Level. They've worked with other agencies in the past that use Go High Level. So it's not going to be too difficult. And my biggest pain point was websites, as that was kind of the thing that we were bringing in clients with. They didn't know they needed the software. A lot of them never actually understand that they need the software, but you can get your foot in the door by creating them a website. And then from creating that website, then you pitch the monthly subscription services. And we were selling websites for around $1,000. And it took me probably 10 to 15 hours to build that website myself, as well as do all of the automations, account maintenance, and everything. And I knew if I wanted to take things to the next level that I need to delegate and hire a VA. So this is before I had really implemented too much automation. I needed a VA to understand what could be automated. And this was just the start of the journey for me. So I was able to onboard a team member, a virtual assistant from the Philippines, who was fluent in English, as well as being able to build some pretty cool websites and knew about account maintenance. So a virtual assistant was the first step for me in replacing myself so I could focus on more revenue generating tasks in the business, like creating a personal brand, creating content, or even doing outreach. And then I ran into the issue that was I was taking the same amount of time it took me to build a website and then using that time to explain to my VA in a structured way how to build the website. So it didn't really make too much sense, as I was now spending that same time pretty much doing the same thing except delegating it out. So what we'll talk about later on is task management as well as automation to automatically build websites, as well as delegate out tasks in a set structure to your VA so that you don't even have to spend that time delegating it out to them. I recommend that if you are at least making $5,000 a month in your online agency and your profit margins are probably with Go High Level around somewhere around 70 to 80%, then take on that additional cost of $500 to $1,000 a month for a solid VA, because you're going to be able to remove yourself and focus on generating more business.
That's actually really awesome to hear. I've hired a few VAs in the past, haven't had much luck with them. So I did want to ask one quick question. How do you hire them? How do you choose? I know you talk about sites like virtualstaff.ph, which is really, really good. It's way more upgraded than when I was on it. So now I'm pretty sure you can get on there, put an application in, you can get on a video chat with them immediately, and you can ask them questions and make sure that they're qualified to be your VA. How did you do it? And you don't have to go super in depth, but I just want to know, How did you do it? How did you find that VA? What qualifications were you looking for?
Yeah, 100%. That's a great question. So I just want to say, like, this entire video is going to be more about automation, AI, and systems in your business. But in order to understand that and even get to that point first, you're going to need to build a team. And ideally, in the future, you want a ton of team members working for you all in a systemized process. But everyone starts out where we started out, which was just one virtual assistant. And I've had good experiences with virtual assistants. I've had bad experiences with virtual assistants, and I've gotten lucky with being referred to virtual assistants. So the first VA that I hired was actually on onlinejobs.ph. And this person was able to help me out, but they really weren't able to meet the set standard with what I wanted our clients' websites to look like. So this person we didn't have around for much longer. And we hired another virtual assistant from the Philippines, I think for around $4 to $5 an hour. And although she was fluent in GoHighLevel and building websites, they still weren't as visually stunning as I would be able to make them myself, which then I ran into the issue of then wanting to do it myself and spending more time doing that. So I would recommend to all of you to find a virtual assistant and play around with maybe hiring a few different virtual assistants, maybe ask them to show some proof of websites they built, or give them an example, maybe give them $20, $30 to build a website first to see how good they are at doing so. But I would recommend everyone start from there. And if you do still run into the bottleneck of the virtual assistants not being able to produce quality, in a moment, I'm going to go over how you can set a standard procedure for your quality and then automate it to delegate out to your virtual assistant. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But essentially, everyone needs to start with a virtual assistant. If you want to consider this a long-term business with longevity, you're going to need to eventually hire team members overseas.
Perfect. That's an awesome answer. You're definitely going to have to ask a lot of questions. I can feel that. And definitely get proof of work, because that's going to happen a lot. You're going to find people, especially in Facebook groups or people reaching out in DMs saying they can work and that they're experts at GHL, but then they have no proof that they've ever done anything inside of GHL. So just get proof, get some websites, some automations, things that they've done. And I think that's a really good answer, and that should help you guys find some solid VAs.
So now that we've got over what I consider the boring part about the pain points that we're going to talk about, as I'm more tech oriented and I like to find solutions by building systems, now we can talk about systemizing your processes that will allow you to serve your clients better, take on more clients at scale, and build a long-term business here. The first thing that I really struggled with was gathering information about my clients. Although GoHighLevel does a great job with their payment funnels, as well as collecting information to automatically create a sub account if you're on the $497 plan, I still found myself, although we had all of that set up, finding it difficult to gather and store information about my clients, to where I would need to go and follow up with them to get a certain business address or a certain note that they specifically wanted on their website. And at the end of the day, business owners are super busy like yourself and us, so they don't want to spend their time going back and forth with a company who can't even effectively gather information about their company. I don't know about you guys, but originally I was taking notes on my sales calls or my client calls manually. And even when doing it manually or on my computer, found it difficult to then go and access this information. What about you, Dom? Did you find it difficult? You ever have to go back and forth with clients getting additional information from them?
Oh yeah, all the time. I mean, I remember phone calls and text messages that wouldn't get answered for weeks. And it's something as simple as, hey, what's your Facebook password? Or how can we log into here? How can we integrate this? Your Google My Business, how can we get this verified? Very, very simple things that if you have any communication whatsoever can be done in 5 seconds. And that's going to be a massive, massive part. So I'm excited to see what you did to get over that hump.
Yeah, so in order to eliminate this bottleneck, you first have to recognize like what the pain points are specifically in the information. Depending on how you've structured your SaaS agency, maybe you're not doing websites, or maybe you're niching down to one industry, but you're going to need to gather additional information from your clients for two reasons. One, so that you can refer to it in the case that a team member or yourself might need information when building out an automation or a website. Then also number two, because we can use this data from the onboarding form, all of the answers that our clients give us, and then set up automations to notify us in Slack or notify us in ClickUp with a new task to move forward with new processes for getting our customer from A to B. So an intake onboarding form is going to be a great first touch point with your clients to ensure that you can provide good results, get referrals, and scale and take on more clients at scale. So as you see here, an onboarding form can be built inside of Google Forms. I'm sure if all of you guys went to high school or you're in college, then you have an understanding of Google Forms, and it's super simple. And what we can do is ask for information about our clients. So as you see here, we have a section for contact information, as well as then we get into the more personal questions. So business information, describe the businesses and services and products you offer. We might be manually taking notes down when they're explaining it to us or even trying to remember it, but this can be an effective way to refer to this information in a systemized way. So you can see here, we're asking about their competitors. What are your short-term business goals? What challenges are you facing? So that we can work better to serve our customers. This is the intake onboarding form that we give to our clients in our automation agencies. So some of your questions might be different, but I would go ahead and build an onboarding form, customize it for your business, make it look professional, set expectations with your client about the future of the project through simply building a client intake onboarding form. Dom, did you ever use any type of intake system to gather information about your clients?
I never used anything similar to this. Obviously, I was more verbal with them. I would just ask them what they needed, or I would go in and kind of do an audit where I would look at their website, look at everything that they've already been doing, and then I would immediately say, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. We can fix this, add this, do this, run ads here, whatever it was that they were missing. But this was all kind of one-on-one rather than a form. This is super cool if you're going to be doing like social media and you have a lot of people coming in. If you're running an ad or something and you just say, hey, want a free audit or want something that's going to tell you exactly what you need inside of your business, fill out this form. That is extremely valuable and has me thinking of a lot of ideas for the Discord that we're going to be launching, because I feel like we could use something like this to find out what the students would be best at in terms of business models after filling out a form like this. So really cool, and maybe something that we can add in soon.
100%. And so you're going to need to understand the different aspects of your business, and we'll call this client onboarding, as there are a few other processes that you're probably doing manually that can be streamlined and remove yourself from. So for example, I'm sure you guys are booking an onboarding call with your clients. You're probably asking them what a good time is, putting it into your calendar or something like that. But essentially, as you can see, now we have an onboarding form. The next step is obviously going to be an onboarding meeting, and then our team is going to need to get started on the project overall. So what can we do in order to streamline this process? Well, you guys are familiar with GoHighLevel automations, and you can set up a simple automation that whenever you get a new client that signs up, you can automatically send them your intake onboarding form and send them your onboarding call link, as well as send them any additional resources that you create in order to decrease the time to value for your clients, as buyer's remorse is something that a lot of people get after they pay a large amount for a service and they don't see some type of touch point or communication right up front. So this is a great way to decrease time to value for clients and fire off the project for your team by systemizing your onboarding process. And it should be the same for every client that you take on.
Absolutely. That is incredible advice. And I love the setup. I love how you streamline that so easily. And I think a lot of people have tons of questions on onboarding, how to onboard correctly. It's actually one of my most viewed videos ever on YouTube is how to onboard clients. So maybe I can redo that one and do something like this.
So what else can we do in that onboarding process to systemize it, to remove yourself, and to ensure that we're getting good results for your clients? And that would be outside of creating the automation we just talked about, where it automatically sends the forms to your clients. We can also do a few more things inside of Zapier. And if you guys don't know what Zapier is, I highly recommend that you guys learn it. I think it's a crucial step in scaling your SaaS agency. And it is essentially a if this, then that tool, to where you can connect over 5,000 software applications to send data to different applications. So as you can see here, we have our onboarding form that is the trigger. And whenever this is submitted, we're going to have a series of actions. And the first thing that we're going to do, because I find Google Forms extremely hard to go in and then view submissions, is we're going to create a document from text with all of the values of the form onto this document, so that we can have a organized document with all the answers that they filled out, and then store it in our onboarding folder. And then the next thing that we're going to want to do is get a shared link for this document, because we're not going to want to take, a couple seconds, a couple minutes to then go and share this with our client. So what do? We add a file sharing preference, putting in the file ID of the file that we just created. So all of the answers are going onto this doc, and now we are getting a shared link for it. And then now, because we have a Slack channel so we can communicate with the virtual assistants we've taken on and the additional team members we have, we're going to want to send a message to our team members so that they can review the information about the company and get a better understanding of the new client that we have. So what are we going to do? We're going to send a Slack message in our onboarding channel saying, you have a new client to onboard. putting in the name, the email, and then the link to view that document. So then anytime you onboard a client, your team's now going to be notified as well with the name, with the email of this person, and even that document hosting all of the information about your client. And so this is a very simple workflow. I know it can look pretty scary, but it's something very simple. And I'll give a link to Dom that he can put down below in the description for this exact workflow for free, to where you guys can go copy and paste it into your Zapier account and set something like this up. So now we have onboarded a client, we need to remove ourselves from the process of building their automations and building their website. So what can we do? Well, we don't want to just do what I told you that I did when I first started and spend that same time trying to build out some type of structure for the virtual assistant every single time. And instead, we're going to take around 30 minutes to 1 hour to create a set structure for how you provide the services to your clients, broken down into tasks. So after you onboard a client, what's the first task? Create a website. And inside of that website, you need to create the first page, create the first section. So break down exactly what your service delivery looks like into tasks, because now we have team members who can do those tasks and work effectively. And now all we need to use is a tool, a project management tool like ClickUp or Asana, to create tasks in that systemized process, so that you don't even have to tell your virtual assistant what to do. All you need to do is go into ClickUp and see their progress on the tasks. This would be called a standard operating procedure, and there are a few tools that you can use online to build a standard operating procedure. I would recommend using GPT-4 to come up with a structure of how you provide your services, as well as use a tool like Scribe, which follows your screen as you go through a process and creates instructional modules done for you that you can then give to your team members. And so delegating tasks is going to be something that you find difficult if you don't have some type of system set up. So what can we do in order to effectively delegate out tasks automatically so that you can only spend your time on revenue generating tasks in your SaaS agency? Well, that would be a system, and that system would be built using Google Forms, ChatGPT, ClickUp, and Slack. ClickUp and Slack are going to be two things that you're going to need if you want to effectively scale your business past $10,000 a month. I firmly believe that. And so those are both very low cost, effective tools that you can use to streamline your processes. And then we're going to use Zapier to connect all those together. So as you can imagine, with the client intake onboarding form that we're sending our clients, we can also have a website form. And on that website form, we can ask questions about what this business owner wants on their website, as well as we can ask more information about their business that will allow us to build that website for them. Traditionally, you could use a form and then use that to make your own copy, or have a team member make that copy, and it would take around a week to build that website, if not longer. But now that we have a tool like GPT-4 and AI, what we can do is take that form, and whenever our client submits it, we can give all of the answers about what they want on their website to ChatGPT in multiple different steps, and then generate copy that we can then delegate to a team member to build that website. So I'm going to show you something really cool here, and you can see that we have a website onboarding form. This is something that our clients would get automatically as well in that initial automation. You can see, I'm not going to go through all the prompts here, but that we're essentially just taking the same prompt a lot of you at home probably use for generating website copy, and we're putting it into the automation and then adding the values from Zapier of the answers that our client submitted. So write me a website copy about a type of business in the city called business name that has provided the services of services for this many years of experience in this location. As you can see here, we are saying make the copy no more than 110 words. It's going to be on a website. It needs to sound professional, targeted at consumers. And it even says make the copy sound like a human and include nuances. And this is done to not make it look like AI, and so that it doesn't get flagged by Google. And so you can see here, this is the first section of the website. And what it generates is personalized copy from AI that communicates their services better than you could have written yourself, or your team member probably could have written themselves. So we're going to go ahead and break down our websites into different sections and then include a prompt for each section. So this is around 7 different sections of website copy, all with different prompts with goals for that section. And after we generate all that copy, we're going to go ahead and create a folder in Google Drive for our client. And this is going to be hosted inside of client websites so that we can just store this in an organized way. We don't have to go around looking for this. And then we're going to create a document from text, and we're going to put all of the ChatGPT generated responses onto this document. So now we are creating a tangible format for all of the website copy that was generated from AI. We're also including the form submissions just for easier access. But as you can see down here, this is when we get into the ChatGPT sections. We're going to go ahead and say section 1 and put in the ChatGPT response for section 1. Section 2, services provided, the response from AI. And as you can see here, it's going to give us all of the copy, and then we can even take the raw data from the form to let our team members know that the call us button or the email us button or the get directions button on their website should be linked to the phone number they gave us, the email they gave us, the address they gave us. That way we're not going back and forth getting information from our clients, and we can effectively delegate this to team members. We're also asking them to upload images and their logo in here, and it's also going to link their logo and images on the Google Doc. This is all rather simple. I know it looks difficult, but you guys all in high school use Google Doc. You all use Google Drive. You guys all have learned ChatGPT so far. And now we're able to use all of those tools to take our clients' expectations and their answers from what they've paid money to get a high quality website and then give it to ChatGPT to generate all that copy. But it doesn't matter if we can't effectively delegate this out. So that's why we use Slack to then send a Slack channel message letting us know that we have a new website requested from our client. Please refer to this Google Doc for everything that you need to set this website up. And then it is linking that Google Doc so that our team members are now being notified they have a new website to work on, and they can open that doc and get all of the copy as well as all of the buttons and the images that they're going to need to put on this website. And so this is really cool, but it doesn't stop there. Now, how are we going to delegate this out rather than just communicating to our team members? Well, we can do what I said before and build a standard operating procedure for how we build our websites. So we can create a task in ClickUp automatically, and that task is going to be automatically delegated to a team member, have a start date and a due date, also have different values to track progress on it. And from here, we're going to create that initial task that says business's name and then website. For example, Serio Systems website, and it's automatically going to put it in our project management software, which is super easy to learn. And then we're going to create a subtask inside of this initial task, which is going to outline the entire project. So as you can imagine, the first step is select and import a template. It's as simple as this. It's as simple as understanding what you do to provide the same results that you want to then delegate. So select and import template. And then in the description, we say go high level template needed. And obviously, if they give us our business industry in the form, it's probably most likely going to be the template for their business industry. So it goes ahead and puts that value in right there. And as you can see, we are then establishing a priority and a due date and a start date all automatically. And then the next task would be edit cover page. So you can imagine that the first thing that you start on a Go High Level website is going to be the cover page. And what should that cover page include? The logo, services, packages, about us, all in the navigation menu, as well as bolded headlines, a button underneath that says claim free quote. If you've watched all Dom's stuff with the call to action on the main page for claim free quote, button effects, background images, you can now take the same process that you were doing yourself and put it into an automated way to where you can communicate all of the steps necessary to complete the website. Remove yourself from the entire process for $5 an hour, like we were saying with the virtual assistant. And I'm not going to go through all these subtasks, but you can imagine that the next one is edit section 1, edit section 2, edit section 3, edit section 4, all the way until the entire project has now been built out a roadmap for us, and we're notified in Slack, and AI is generating the copy. All our VA is going to need to do is copy and paste into the website template, change around a few buttons, and you'll be able to build websites for your clients in a few days. What do you think about that, Dom?
That is pretty sick. It looks very intricate, but if you actually break it down, it's pretty simple. There's really not much tech in there involved in it, with ChatGPT doing a ton of the heavy lifting. And it's the closest thing I've seen to automated websites pretty much since this AI revolution has started. So especially integrated with GHL, which obviously we don't have any way to automate website builds. So this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is as close as you can get, exactly what you said, to automated websites. Yeah, there's other tools that might build a base model for a website, but what's unique about this is, like I had said, with your clients' expectations. They pay you a lot of money for a website. They're going to expect a good service. So they should also expect to fill out the form you give them to communicate the good service in the best way possible. And when they give us personalized answers about their business, ChatGPT is really going to work effectively with those good responses in order to generate amazing copy that's personalized for their business. So this is as close as you can get to automating websites. And like we had said with the virtual assistant can pretty much just act as an automation as you set out the standard operating procedure for what needs to be done. If your VA, after this entire workflow, cannot build a website that is up to par with your expectations and your clients, then you need a VA. You know it's not you. You know it's now the VA's problem because you've done everything you can to make it extremely streamlined.
Absolutely. And that is where qualifying a VA is so important, because you are going to have many VAs that probably can't do this. And that is why you have to ask all these questions, get results, get websites that they've already built, and then you should be fine.
100%. And so now that we have automated our onboarding process to gather information about our clients, and even maybe leverage an AI tool to take notes for us, like an AI note taker or Firefly's AI, we're now effectively using tools to automate our onboarding process and the information we're getting about our clients. And then from there, as you can see, we're also now automating the service delivery. If you wanted to add additional tasks for build this automation or build that automation or do this account maintenance, you can. You can map out your entire project to automatically be delegated to your team members. So now we have automated our task management, and all you need is to be a good leader and to direct your team in the right direction for that. But now what do we do if we have a customer who is not happy with a service, needs a revision on a website, or is not able to locate a specific resource and wants to get in contact with you? I'll tell you, this is the number one thing that I struggled with and that drained me emotionally, was the fact that I had clients texting me, calling me, and emailing me at all times of day with no respect to my personal time. I even had to get a other business phone and rock two phones for a while, to where I thought that was the solution. But I quickly found out that just made things more intricate and harder to communicate with clients. So one thing that you guys are probably experiencing is you have clients who you haven't established a boundary yet around communicating with you, and you think that there is no solution to that. There is no way that you're going to be able to take on more clients at this rate with all of that stress. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. We're going to go over a simple system for that. But is that something that you kind of had an experience with clients communicating with you at all times of day through text, and you knew that this wasn't going to last that much longer?
Of course, after you hit past a few clients, it gets to be a lot if they're going to be texting you every single day and messaging you every single day. So having some type of SOP, or having VAs or somebody to answer those questions, and even in the affiliate program, having thousands of questions every single day gets to be a lot, and you can't really handle it by yourself. So this was super cool.
Yeah, so you might say, if you're watching this video, you might say, well, why wouldn't I just use the GoHighLevel CRM to communicate with my clients? And I'll tell you one thing, it's because that's also going to be your sales CRM. And yes, you can like favorite your clients in it and try and separate the two. But if you effectively want to create a customer support ticketing system to where you can serve your clients better, you're going to need a set structure for this. And I recommend all of you guys, either after you watch this video or as you watch this video, implement this exact system, because we actually just implemented this system in our client's business, and he has been struggling with this to where he wants to give up. And after we implemented this in his business, it's been all he had to do was set expectations with his clients and communicate to them that he had a new support ticketing system, and everything changed from there. So as you see, we're now in JotForm. This doesn't have to be in JotForm. If you can't afford a JotForm account and you want to use Google Forms, you can do so. We just wanted it to look better once we integrate it into GHL. But all we did was create a form with the information. Like I said, it's rather simple. The information about what our client needs assistance with: website, phone system, marketing, advertising, account maintenance, automation. Please explain your request in full detail. Please upload a link or to a screen recording of the issue through Loom. This is optional if your business owner doesn't know how to use Loom. And now we are able to effectively gather information about our support requests. But it doesn't matter if we have this form set up if it's not automated and it's not hosted inside of GoHighLevel. So what you can do is either take the link to that Google form or take the link to the Jot form, go inside of your GoHighLevel account and create a custom menu link in the settings called support ticket. And you're going to link that exact link to the support ticket as a custom menu link. Now, if your clients are texting you and calling you, you can set up a voicemail. You can send them a message that says, hey, in order to serve you guys better, we are now transitioning to a support ticket system. It's actually right inside of your GoHighLevel platform that you use every single day. Just hit support ticket and we'll be able to help you. What this also does is, as you'll see in a second, removes you from even having to fulfill support ticket systems because you have that VA we can create the task for. So we now have the support ticket inside of GoHighLevel. How cool is that, Dom?
That is awesome. Everybody always asks about support chats. They think that when you get GoHighLevel, you have this built in. You do not. That little question mark at the top right there, that is for us as agencies, not for our clients. They do not see the support chat that we get. So this is really, really cool. And it's a way to get support for your clients. And it's awesome.
Yeah, and custom menu links are something that a lot of people in the GoHighLevel space don't even talk about too much. I remember when, I think like 2 months into your program, around 7 months ago, when you first came out with the onboarding modules,
Yeah.
you said, yeah, just embed it into your custom menu link. I'm like, what? And then I was like, oh my gosh, you can customize the platform. There are endless capabilities depending on if you are niching in real estate. Maybe you want to hook up Zillow.com to a custom menu link to make it more accessible for your clients. So depending on your niche, you can also create custom menu links for other stuff. No one talks about this stuff, but we're going to talk about it today as we're going to build forms and then hook those up to automations so you can have a set tangible infrastructure for your side hustle that has now turned into a business that you're now going to scale past 10K a month. So as you can see here, we have this support ticket system, but what good is a form if we just have to go and view the submissions?
Absolutely. And I've seen a ton of creative affiliates come up with many, many different ways to make money with third-party systems or things that they're integrating into that custom menu link. I've even seen people do physical marketing like, hey, if you click here, I can customize your business cards or posters or things of that nature, which is pretty cool. I always love the idea of integrating physical marketing and digital marketing into one because it just means they're going to stick that much more. But that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, and I mean, even like GoHighLevel has a marketplace where you can go inside and purchase things. Why can't you create a website with payment links for other services you offer and then add it as a custom menu link called Marketplace for your clients? So the capabilities are endless with GHL. And now I'm going to show you guys how you can effectively set this up so that your team members can fulfill support requests so you don't have to. So as you can see here, we have a new submission from that form, whether it's Jotform or Google Forms. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use our ClickUp, which is free, hosted with our team members to automatically create a task in the support ticket list called client name support ticket, as you can see here. And inside of the description of this task, we're just going to link all of the values from the form. So it's going to import all of their answers into here with the issue, explanation, their phone number, and it's going to delegate it out to our virtual assistant, set a due date and a start date and a priority, which should be high priority because you should be fulfilling support requests quickly. And then from there, you're also going to set up a Slack message notification so that your team can even be notified in your communication channel that you have a new support ticket. So as you can see here, and keep in mind, you guys probably don't know, but when you do an asterisk or an underscore, it either bolds or italicizes. So that's why we have that to make it look cleaner. But you have a new support ticket, name, issue, explanation, and we're even using this tool right here to hyperlink the actual URL for that task. So now our VA inside of the support ticket channel gets notified immediately that there is a new support ticket, and he can even then go to ClickUp and see what that support ticket entails. And from there, like we said, if your VA cannot complete a systemized process for fulfilling support tickets, then you have the wrong VA. And that's the easy part, is just getting another VA. The hard part is learning that you need a system like this to effectively scale your business. So this is the support ticket automation that we've set up in our business and in our clients' businesses to remove themselves from the process of actually fulfilling maintenance and support. Because at the end of the day, it is a reoccurring model, but your clients are initially paying for software tools. You're giving them the resources, hopefully, on how to use these tools. And if you are doing some type of SMMA model, yes, you are fulfilling services. But if you're not, then essentially you should try to spend as little time possible in those sub accounts. And so now that we went over client onboarding, automating that, as well as the ClickUp, Slack software tools, and then we went over gathering information about your clients, and then even building websites, providing services with automation and delegating to team members. And then now we've talked about support requests to automatically remove yourself from these processes. What is left? And it's endless. I'll tell you, it never ends. You're always going to find bottlenecks. But now that you've learned how to set systems up like this, you're going to find it actually very interesting. And you'll realize that spending your time on doing stuff like this that we're going over is actually what gets your business and pushes the needle further. So what is next? And that would be something that we've integrated to GHL called referrals. And I know it's something I struggled with. You know, when we take on business owners, we're providing good services. And for some reason, even though we send them email campaigns about our affiliate marketing program, we let them know on the call, we never get referrals. And I don't know, did you struggle with that, Dom, as well?
I know that the process of getting referrals was difficult in the beginning, but there is a massive opportunity to get more clients if you can get referrals from your current clients. I think it's obviously, as an affiliate leader, I think it's the greatest way to scale any type of business whatsoever.
100%. And so if you're through this video, which I hope you're consuming this entire video because all this information is super valuable, but you're going to probably assume that what are we going to do? We're going to create a form, and forms are a great way for us to trigger different sequences in our business and eliminate bottlenecks. So everything in your business that you're struggling with, make a form, hook it up to Slack or ChatGPT and click up, and it'll solve all of your problems. So in here, because that's something we struggled with, and we wanted to also put our referral system right in front of our clients, just like that support ticket, we're creating a referral form. So who would you like to refer? What is a good phone number to get in contact with them? What's the name of their business? What kind of business is it? How do you know them? What city and state are they in? What feature do you think they would be most interested in? Who should we reference when reaching out? You. And now we are going to, once again, go inside of HighLevel, create a custom menu link called Get Free $100, as you know, that's kind of more engaging than referral program. Get Free $100, and we can embed the form in there. Now, I went a step further and I created a landing page in GHL, integrated the form into the landing page, and then took the link of the landing page and put it as a custom menu link. As you can see, we have a heart beating and a nice engaging headline, and even an explanation of our referral program and how much we're offering. So now our clients are inside of this platform every single day, and this is hosted right at the bottom saying Get Free $100. They open this, they say, oh, I can get up to $100 a month for all the business owners in my network. Oh, I guess that's hard. I got to communicate it to their company. No, it's not hard at all because we have automation. So they fill out this form and they go ahead and put in the information right from their phone contacts because it's super simple. They go ahead and submit this. And once they submit this, it's going to do a few different things. And first I want to mention, like, how cool is this, Dom, that, you know, we're now using custom menu links to solve different bottlenecks that we're experiencing in our problems. I do think, you know, after maybe GoHighLevel sees this video or in the future, they recognize this is something people struggle with, they might implement themselves. But you think this is pretty creative?
That's just what I was thinking actually in my head. I was like, GHL has the referral program, and I'm not talking about their direct affiliate program like what I do and what Preston has done a little bit as well. I'm talking about the affiliate program for clients. They have done this, but it is nothing like what I'm seeing right now, which is clearly much better. No offense, GHL, but yeah, I think they should probably step their game up and introduce something like this because this is super, super easy.
Yeah, and anybody can do this with just a basic understanding of what you're struggling with, as well as a background in simple no-code software tools. Like we said, Zapier, you don't have to learn code. It's very simple. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and take that form. And yes, if you don't use JotForm, you can use Google Forms. It's just like, I think $20 a month. We wanted to incur that cost because it allows you to personalize forms better. Then we're going to go ahead and actually create a Google Sheet. And on that Google Sheet, we're going to want to, in each column, have the questions on the form so that we can send that information from the form to the Google Sheet and refer to it when we want our salesperson or us to go and follow up on these referrals. So we have a client referrals Google Sheet, and all of you guys should know how to make a Google Sheet if you went through high school or went through college. And what are we going to do? We're going to import all of the values from each question onto each of the columns. And now anytime we get a new referral, it's going to go on this sheet and we can refer to that when we want to call this person and get them signed up for our services. But even better, we're using Slack. Slack is essentially what, at the end of the day, with all these systems, how you're going to want to operate your business as you take on new team members, to where you just want to be notified automatically about stuff in your business, and you want to have all of these tools integrated into it and be able to just communicate with your team. At the end of the day, as the business owner, as you continue to scale, that's going to be your main thing. So you can see we're saying you have a new referral, name, phone number, business, industry, and anytime we get a new referral, we're going to be notified in Slack about this referral. We're also going to be able to refer to this sheet. If you wanted to go a step further and add them to a campaign in GHL, you can do so in Zapier. And maybe it's like an automatic reach out through text message to this person so that you can eliminate even more. But I want you guys to take these concepts and then think about the other tools that you're familiar with, maybe Notion or Asana, or maybe you don't use Google Drive and you use OneDrive, and get creative and understand that these same processes, we can take steps and steps further and save a lot of time.
Awesome. It looks amazing. I love how you structured it. And I can totally see a lot of agencies using something like this to go get referrals because it is, like I said, the best way to scale any type of agency.
100%. And as you saw from the Google form that we set up with AI, think about that as well. It doesn't have to generate just website copy. It could generate social media captions for your clients. It could generate content ideas. It could generate anything that you want through just a basic understanding of a Zapier workflow with a form, OpenAI, and Google Drive. And then what you can do is, say you're in the real estate niche. I have someone who runs an agency in the real estate niche. He wanted to create like an automatic AI listing generator for ads. And he just set up a form with information about the listing and then added it as a custom menu link called Listing AI. And then people were able to fill it out and get AI generated copy for their ad for their listing. So get as creative as you want with these concepts. But essentially now what we've talked about on this call is everything that you need in order to take your GoHighLevel agency to the next level. You're probably someone who is experiencing all of these pain points and you thought that, you know, exploring outside of GoHighLevel might not make financial sense for you if you are still early on, but it doesn't have to, because a lot of these tools that we just went over are free. And what you can do is just understand that you're going to treat this like a business, and you want to have this around as a great asset for the future, and you want to be able to serve your clients better and get more clients from it. So all these processes, from automating your client onboarding to then automating your service delivery, to then automating your customer support, and then even automating your referrals and integrating a little bit of AI, is going to really take you to the next level. And essentially, this is what allowed me to then scale my agency from $7,000 a month to now I run a different non-traditional GoHighLevel agency, but to around $20,000, $25,000 a month with these same exact systems. And I believe that, you know, it could be possible to scale past 10K a month with over 20 clients without something like this. But I would take a step back and look at what your day-to-day life and time consist of. And I can assume that you won't be at those numbers for too long of a time if you don't go ahead and take that next step and kind of implementing some of these concepts that we discussed.
Yeah, absolutely. Creating systems is something that I have constantly preached since the beginning of time, since the beginning of my YouTube career. And I think anyone that can do this, that can pull this off with AI integrations and systems like what you've taught us right here, they have the ability to scale past that 5, 10, 15, 20K a month mark, which brings me to my first and most important question for you, which is, what is it like at 10K a month? Because so many people, everyone for some reason in their head has this $10,000 a month mark, especially me as an affiliate leader. I'm teaching so many of these students who are just doing anything they can to reach 10K a month. It's that magic number that everyone thinks they need to reach in order to drop out of school, quit their job, do this, do that, change their entire life. And I'll be honest, I hate being that guy, but I don't think it's the answer to a lot of their problems. And I want to know if it answered your problems, if it fixed anything, you know, with maybe mental health, or if 10K a month is really 10K a month, because let's be honest, it's not.
Yeah, a few things. I would say mindset wise, when I first hit my 10K a month, it was an accolade for me personally, as well as the only actual understanding that I developed that helped me actually grow my business was the point that I knew that that was when I could go all in and drop out of school and focus on this, as I identified that number as proof of concept for what I was doing. But I also think that you need to understand that there's a difference between making 10K a month and keeping 10K a month, because these people think, you know, like you said, 10K a month is going to change my life. But then once you scale 10K a month, you implement other software tools, you bring on VAs, you realize that your 10K a month is actually probably around $6,000 to $7,000 a month. And then you pay taxes on that. And then you also then have to pay yourself out as the business owner. So in terms of your business doing 10K a month, it's a great accolade. It's a great point for people to want to reach, but keeping 10K a month is a whole nother game. And I would also say that, and I know everyone says it online and it sounds impossible to be like, I worked harder to get to 10K than I did to get to 50K or to 100K. But I actually believe that is true. And I actually know that's true because I worked 8 hours a day in my Go High Level agency selling subscriptions for $297, $497 a month, constantly being in the sales process and not having these systems. And from there, I really realized that I was spending so much time. And when you broke it down to how much I valued my time personally, and you saw the clients we had, I was getting on 5 different 1 hour meetings. I was spending money on virtual assistants to fulfill for these people. We realized that actually when we took on a client for $297 a month, if I was doing all that, I was now, if you take the number of how I value my time and do math with it, we were actually losing money by taking on clients like this. And from there, that's really when I realized that the 10K a month was rather difficult without systems like this. So we implement systems like this. We're able to get to that point. And from there, mindset 100% definitely did change. But for me, more on the side of kind of the respect that I give myself and how I present myself to potential prospects and clients, and even how I price my services. So I also believe that when you do 10K a month the first time, as you saw, like in my 4th month, I hit that 10K. I went down to 7K, then 6K, then 5K. And from there, I believe you hit that 10K, you come down, you struggle in this period, in this valley of like 4 months. And if you can stick with it during those times, then you shoot right through. And that's what happened with me. I went down to around 3.5 a month. My clients had churned because I was focusing on affiliate and I was focusing on creating content. And we really didn't have an effective system with my business partner. And from there, that's actually when my mindset changed from the 10K a month that I did and the content I was creating online to where I then figured out that this would be better for me. So I graduated, you could call it, from Go High Level to then helping other business owners eliminate bottlenecks that we just went over. And so I knew that my content was pushing on that side. That's what people wanted to see. That's what my prospects wanted. And I could also charge a lot more for those services. So that was my introduction to high ticket. But now I do believe that, once you hit 10K a month, now I'm actually working less to do 25K a month. And next steps for me, they say once, in order to get to 50K a month, 100K a month, you already have proof of concept. The only thing now that you need is more team members. You use the same process, nothing changes. More ad spend, more this, more content, more team members. So once you get to 10K a month, you're good. You have proof of concept. It's all about more from there.
Absolutely. I was actually just going to bring that up, that whenever you get to that 10, 20, 30K a month mark, it's just about multiplying what you're already doing and, doubling, tripling, whatever it may be. And you can get to that 100K, 200K a month mark. And one really, really important thing that I mentioned a lot in my videos is that me getting to $10,000 a month was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. Like by far the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I think it took me, since I started to try to make money online, I was 16, 17 years old. I didn't get to that 10K a month mark until I was 24, 25, but I scaled from 10K to 100K a month in I think 5 months, which is just like insane. It doesn't even make any sense. Like the numbers don't even make any sense. But then when you break it down, like what we just talked about, business does start to make sense and scalability starts to make sense, especially when you have a system that you can replicate, duplicate, whatever it may be, and social media and other things like that that can just boost you to, superstardom and reach millions and millions of people, which is something we didn't really talk about. But I'm actually going to be doing another video inside of the Discord with Preston where I'm going to interview him about TikTok and social media. I don't know if he knows that yet, but we did talk about it once. But I'm going to get him in there. We're going to talk about his TikTok growth, my TikTok growth. I've already talked about that a lot, and a couple other interviews with people who have just absolutely skyrocketed. Because one thing I really want to bring up is that Preston was not always super comfortable on camera. I definitely was not always super comfortable on camera. And a lot of you guys listening today are like, oh my God, Dom, I don't want to get on camera. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting on camera. There's no freaking way I'm going to do social media. But we were all like that. And I promise you, it changed everything for us. So it's something that I definitely want to interview you about, talk to you about, and maybe open up a couple eyes of people who are watching, who are like right there, maybe trying to get on camera and trying to get some clients or affiliates or whatever it is they're trying to scale.
Yeah, and I actually yesterday has made a video on on what gives a personal brand leverage in the digital economy. And I broke down a lot of that as well. And we'll go over that in our next call. But to give you guys an idea of how important it was for me and throughout this process of systems and everything, we generate all the revenue in our business actually through one acquisition system. And that is just through organic marketing. And right now we're working on scaling our email marketing and paid ads. But I was able to scale with systems like this and just content with a cost per acquisition of our client at nearly zero just because I took that first step and put myself in front of a large audience of people. Same reason that you're watching this now and we're here. One thing I would like to say, and I recommend all you guys read Atomic Habits. They go big into systems. And ideally, what the author says in this book is that your goal is a desired outcome, and the system is how you are going to get there. And we do not rise to the level of our goals, we fall to the levels of our systems. And that is something that really resonated with me as an operator, as an automation agency owner, and something I like to communicate to everyone that I talk to. And it's absolutely fascinating to me is that systems are so important. And I know we've said it so much in this call, but come on, guys, systems.
Absolutely. That's pretty cool. And as someone who desperately needs to get back into reading books, I'll definitely check that one out. And I know a lot of people watching definitely want to read a lot of books. So I'll probably link in the description or something like that, whatever you want to do. And we'll toss it in there so you guys can check it out. But either way, this has been an awesome interview, our second installment with Preston. Hopefully this video does super well and you guys can relate to it and look at GoHighLevel in kind of a different viewpoint than this whole SaaS thing, because that's not really what Preston is doing. He is in a sense, but he's really building out systems and using integrations and using GHL as a tool rather than the entire business model, which is something that I have been stressing and trying to put in a lot of your guys' brains from the beginning. Obviously, when you look at ads or look at things about GoHighLevel, everyone's always talking about SaaS, selling it for 97, 297, 497, whatever it is, and just selling the software. And yes, this can work, but there are so many other ways to implement systems, AI, all these cool things coming out that people like Preston and a lot of my very, very successful affiliates are doing. So it's cool to be able to interview you and talk about that. And hopefully, like I said, this opens a lot of eyes for anyone watching that's struggling with SaaS and wants to try something new or try something different with GHL, using it as a tool.
Yeah, 100%. And even better, we're going to go ahead and actually link all of the resources gone in this video for free, completely no cost. So we'll go ahead and give you the forms, exact copy and paste of the forms that we just went over, as well as links to import all these automations into your Zapier account. So you guys can have a system ready and set up for once FOMO comes out, and we can go more into more in-depth systems there. But you'll need these systems set up before we get to that point so you can understand it better. So go ahead and click the links down below, as well as there's going to be a ton of free resources.
Perfect segue into FOMO, my man, because FOMO is the Discord that I've talked about a few times. Once this thing launches, I'm going to be talking about it all the time. It's my real business. It's my thing. It's my version of kind of GHL, where I can be in charge of my affiliates and I can be on the other end of this game, which is really, really cool. And it's going to change the course world and the teaching world forever. And I've got people like Preston and a ton of huge names inside of here teaching some of the coolest, baddest things in the industry. We're going to be talking about so many different industries, so many different business models, and you're going to get in with an amazing price point and an awesome affiliate program that I will be teaching. One other thing that I want to bring up is that I've actually built an affiliate course. Yes, you've heard it here first. I have finally built a course on affiliate marketing. I've never done this. I've never said I was really going to do this, but I've done it and it will be inside of the Discord. So for everyone waiting, everyone on the wait list, I promise you don't have to wait too much longer. It's almost done. It's almost ready to launch. Preston will be in there. A lot of other cool names, big names will be in there, and you guys are going to learn so much, and you're going to have the ability to promote it and to make money with it as well. But with all that being said, thank you to Preston for showing up once again, and we will be doing another interview with Preston soon. I promise that. But hope you guys like it. Thanks again, Preston, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace out.
See you guys.
And there we have it. That was an awesome interview with Preston. I cannot wait to do a follow-up interview with him later on, and I really can't wait for him to be teaching inside of FOMO. FOMO is the Discord platform that I created, and for the last 5 months straight, we have been building this platform from the ground up with so many different resources, so many courses, so many experts in their field. It is not just about GoHighLevel. It's not just about SaaS. It covers everything, all different types of businesses. And the reason FOMO is going to work so well is because our affiliate program is extremely generous. Not only generous to students like you, but even more generous to coaches. So coaches will want to come in and actually teach. I really want it to be like the Netflix of business, where you can come in here for as little as $25 a month and learn everything about business in almost any industry that you want. And you will be learning from absolute pros. I will also be doing exclusive interviews that I only put inside of FOMO, certain courses that I will only put inside of FOMO. I will not even give you access to these courses unless you're in here, including one major course that's almost completely done, and that is my affiliate course. a course entirely devoted to being an affiliate marketer, not only for Go High Level, but for anything that you want. I literally break down everything from building your own communities to making social media posts, TikTok, Instagram, making YouTube videos, how to edit those videos. And I keep it very, very simple so anyone can get in here, become an affiliate, whether that be for Go High Level, for FOMO, or for any other third-party software. Of course, I will only be teaching monthly recurring affiliate programs because none of us care about one-time payouts. We all care about MRC. So just be prepared for that when you get in there. And then of course, the community aspect of FOMO is going to be insane. We already have a ton of big names that are going to be promoting it, so the potential is outrageous. The age of spending thousands of dollars on courses ends right here with FOMO. Our goal is to have millions of dollars worth of resources for a $25 a month price point. Absolutely insane. I'm sorry this is taking me so long, but you guys know me, I refuse to release a bad product to my people. I want it to be perfect, and I already know that it's going to get better over time. What you guys see in the beginning, that is going to be the lowest form of FOMO you ever see. We're going to be adding more in all day long. We're also going to be taking requests from you. If you guys have anything that you want to add into FOMO or you feel like there's something missing, you will have the power to suggest that to us so that we can go find experts in whatever field that is and then add it to the Discord. So once again, super excited. The launch is coming very soon. We will most likely do a beta launch where we just let a few people in that are in the wait list. We're going to test it out with them, see how it goes, and then progressively move more people in. But enough about FOMO. If you guys are new to this channel and you have no idea who I am, my name is Dominic Baptist. I am the top affiliate in the world for Go High Level. And if you want to find out why I'm the top affiliate in the world for Go High Level, please check the description below, where not only can you join the waitlist for FOMO, but you can also become one of my high level affiliates, get all my courses, all my snapshots, and most importantly, access to me personally, which is why I've been able to become the top affiliate. My personal support is unmatched. I will be answering your questions personally. Just reach out to me on Instagram DMs, Facebook Messenger, or just shoot me a text back with the automatic text message that you get when you sign up for the course. And with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.